Hi everyone, so it's the last day in April, which means it's time for my April wrap up. So this month I didn't do very well at sticking to my April TBR. Do you guys remember the big pile of books that I was supposed to be reading this month? Well, I only read 2 from that pile. I just didn't feel in the mood to read any of the books that were in that pile other than the 2 that I did. And yeah, then I read a bunch of other books. So I'm just going to show you the books that I did read this month. So the first book that I read this month was on my TBR list, and it was Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I absolutely loved this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and this book was probably one that kicked off me not sticking to my TBR, because when I finished this one I bought Pandemonium so I could read this one, and I loved this one and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And then I ordered Requiem after this so I could read this one. So after Pandemonium, while waiting on Requiem to arrive, I read Forsaken by Jana Oliver, which was another one which was on my TBR, and I loved this one as well. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was such a unique, different story, and yeah. And then I read Requiem by Lauren Oliver, and I loved this one as well. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I didn't think it was as strong as the previous 2 books, but I still absolutely loved it, and I'm glad that I read the full series this month. The next book I read was Wait For You by Jay Lynn. This was a new adult book and I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And then I read The Elite by Kiera Cass. I was so excited to get this one from NetGalley. I just couldn't wait to read it until this month, and I was just like, do you know what, I'm just going to read it. So I read it and I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And then after that I read the novella The Prince, also by Kiera Cass, and I loved that as well. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved hearing from Maxon's point of view. I wish we could just get the full selection from his point of view. It would be so much more interesting. I like seeing different points of view and seeing what other characters have to say. And then I read The Edge of Never by J.A. Redmersky. This was another new adult book, and this one is probably the best new adult book I've read. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was just absolutely fantastic. And then I read Icons by Margaret Stohl. I read it on my Kindle, but I thought I'd show you the physical book since I have one here. And yeah, this is a really good book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. There were just some problems I had with it, but I still really enjoyed it. And then I read Losing It by Cara Carmack. This is another new adult book. I read a lot of new adult books this month. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. There were just some things that I found too predictable and some things that were too cheesy that I couldn't get 5 stars. And the second last book I read this month was The Collector by Victoria Scott. I got this one for review from NetGalley and I didn't enjoy it at all. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I'm so glad I read it, because I would have always been wondering whether I would have liked it or not. So now I know. And the last book that I read this month, which I finished last night, was 20 Boy Summer by Sarah Auckler. I know I said I was going to pick up Pushing the Limits or The Secret of Ella and Misha, but I was sick of new adult books by the time it came around to picking up a new one, so I thought I'd go for a YA contemporary, and I'm so glad I did. I absolutely loved this book. It was such a cute summer read, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So that was my TBR for this month. I think I read 11 books and a novella. I'm pretty happy with that since I still had uni the first half of this month. So yeah, I will be doing a TBR for May because I'm getting a lot of new books tomorrow, and I will definitely be reading them all, and books that I want to read that I'm not getting tomorrow that I already have. Yeah, and I will definitely be sticking to it next month because there's so many amazing books that I'm planning on reading next month, and I can't wait to show you guys them all tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with my TBR. Bye everyone!